Hey, it's been a while since I made a video, and I'm basically just making these videos just to document some stuff that goes on. And I know I really don't think anybody really watches these, and that's okay. I'm just doing this for myself because I have to get this stuff off my chest and out of my mind, you know. But let me tell y'all something. This dude, he drives trucks for a living, and he has this iPad that he uses for work. But instead of him being responsible for this iPad when he's at home and for it charging, he put our 15-year-old son in charge of it. And if he doesn't charge it or plug it into the charger, he gets in trouble. He'll start cussing at him, fussing at him, and everything else. And I don't think that's right. That's not his responsibility. He doesn't work for the company. He doesn't use the iPad. His dad needs to be responsible for charging that iPad and making sure it's charged and ready for him to use every morning for work. That's another reason he says we're getting a divorce, because we don't agree on how to raise the kids. I'm the type of person, I'm okay with punishments if they fit. I'm okay with a spanking here and there, but what I'm not okay with is whipping the crap out of your kids to where they have welts, marks, and bruises on their arms, back, legs, and I'm not okay with that. As a woman who was abused as a kid, I don't like it. I don't agree with it. And kids should not have marks all over them after a spanking. Um, I'm also not okay with if a child does something, you just get up and start cussing them out like they're a whole grown person. Talk to them, get to the bottom of things, and punish them, yes, according to what they did wrong. This man had no issue with punishing the two oldest kids just right off the bat. But when it came to the youngest, he could do whatever, whenever, cuss like a drunken sailor, disrespect me, talk to me any kind of way, steal. And all he got was idle threats. The only time he would punish this child is after issuing threats like 10, 15 times. Then he would punish them. Or if he did something his dad told him not to do, or if he didn't do something his dad told him he shouldn't do, then he would get punished just right away. But if he did things to other people or didn't listen to any other adult or whatever it was, as long as it wasn't against his dad or going against what his dad said or his dad's rules, no punishments. Now, if all three kids did something together, they all got punished. But when he punishes the youngest one, he gets so angry that he had to punish him. And that's when he punishes him. But I do not like that he leaves him responsible for his stuff. This man is so lazy. The kids have to do everything that he should be doing. Like bringing his stuff in the house and plugging in his iPad and going to get this and going to get that. He could be sitting at the desk or the computer on the phone as usual, because that's all he does. He's always on the phone. He could be sitting right there and he'll call one of the kids, mostly the youngest one, in there to go get something out the kitchen or out of the bedroom when both are just a few steps away from where he is. Get your lazy tail up and do it yourself. I don't understand it. He never does anything for himself. It's always the kids. Now, before he decided to file for divorce, It was always me and the kids. We were always doing things for him like he is a small child. He hardly ever does anything for himself. Then he has the audacity to want to tell me that I'm entitled to my opinion and whatnot when I'm sorry, it's not an opinion. Your reason for the divorce because I question your decision is stupid as hell. I'm sorry. People are actually getting divorced for valid reasons like cheating, physical abuse, um, and things like that. But you filed for divorce at a time where I'm struggling. I'm in the hospital getting surgery for my back. And because I asked you a question, you want a divorce. And the thing is like I said, I wish the people who told me that this is what he does, this is his MO, I wish they would have told me that before I married him, and I would have never married this guy. In fact, I would have never gave him a chance. I thought I knew him, but I really didn't. And the crazy part is I wish he would have done all these things that he's done to me throughout the years before we got married. I don't know how in the world he managed to hide his narcissistic ways for 3.5 years. I guess it's because he was mostly on the road and away from home at the time. And a little bit before we got married, he decided to stop going over the road and drive trucks locally. And that's what he did. And by our first year anniversary, he was no longer showing me affection. He was flirting with his so called female friends and then telling me he was doing nothing wrong and he seen nothing wrong with it. But if I were to do the same thing, which I wouldn't because it's wrong, it'd be an issue. It's like he could do all these things to me and to other people and to the kids. But if somebody does the exact same thing back to him, he can't handle it. He can't take it. He loses his mind. Like he's mad at me right now because I'm giving him the same energy he's been giving me for years. Now I won't lie and say we haven't had some great times in our marriage because we have. But the past 5 years of our marriage, he's become mean, angry. He has such an anger issue. He's become so self-involved. Everything is about him, what he wants, and what makes him happy. You're not allowed to question any decisions that he makes. You're not allowed to tell him, hey, we're a team and we should be making these decisions together or compromising on these decisions. No, he has to make every decision, every rule, and he makes up rules as he goes. If I were to do one thing that he has been doing to me, he would have a whole hissy fit like a 5-year-old little kid having a temper tantrum in the middle of a store because they couldn't have a toy or something. That's how he is. And it's ridiculous. And the way he talks to some of his so called friends is ridiculous. And he doesn't like when I tell him that he should treat people the way that he wants to be treated. No, he says he could talk any way he wants to people. And if they don't like it, they don't have to talk to him. And they're grown ups. And if they don't like the way he talks to them, they could just hang up. Talking about he has no pity for stupidity, but the dude thinks he's smarter than what he really is. There are so many things I could have called him on and showed him facts on, but I just let him have it because if you ever prove this man wrong, he has a fit. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody's feelings, what anybody thinks, or anybody's opinions, his thoughts, what he thinks and what he feels is more important than anything and anybody else. And I've never seen anybody who has been the true definition of a narcissist like him. This man will paint a picture of him being a victim when he's the one making other people victims. When he talks down to his so-called friends and cusses them and tells them how stupid they are, calls them, forgive me, black bitches and everything else, he has an excuse and a reason for it. And I'm sorry, there's no reason and excuse to treat people like that, especially your friends. If they're your friends, there's nothing wrong with being honest with somebody. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you don't have to be rude to them. You don't have to cuss them out. And you don't have to make yourself superior to them just because they made a mistake or they done something that you don't like that they did. It's not your life, it's their life. Tell them what you need to tell them, but tell them in a respectful way. Be honest, but don't be rude and ugly. I don't understand it. And then he wants to holler about, I like to teach lessons. There's nothing wrong with teaching lessons. I've been through a whole lot in my life, more than most people my age have ever gone through. And they would never think that a person would go through. I mean, I've been through a lot in my life. And that's why I've been so careful about who I give my heart to, who I give my time to, and who I surround myself with, because I don't have time for people who want to just walk all over me, use my kindness for a weakness, and abuse my love. I'm the type of person, I will give you the shirt off my back. I will give you my last if you need it. And people have taken advantage of that, you know. Plus the fact I live in pain every single day that never goes away. I'm on medications on a daily basis. Sorry, mosquitoes outside with my dog. I'm on medications every day to control nerve pain, body pain, and some severe painful muscle spasms. And it's like, I could go and tell this man throughout the years, man, my body hurts so bad. He won't say nothing, won't care. But let somebody else tell him, he's like, oh man, that's messed up. Or, ooh, I hope you feel better. I got none of that. But whenever he needed me, whenever he was hurting, I was there for him. I gave him encouragement. It's like, man, do you need anything? Is there something I could give you for your pain? Tylenol, Advil, anything. You know, rest. I can go get you what you need. It's no issue, no problem. I love you that much. Him? Mm-mm. Like I said in a previous video, all but one surgery, I got dropped off and he went to work. He didn't care. And when it was time for me to come home and recuperate, he did everything to not have to take care of me. From driving 2 hours from here to go pick up one of my friends to come to the house and take care of me so he wouldn't have to. Even when he was laying in the bed next to me and I needed help, I would have to call my friend because he wouldn't get up to help me. But he wants to act like he's a victim. Like I wronged him because I asked him a question and he took it and blew it out of proportion and took things too far. Because I asked him a question, it made him unhappy. This dude is a joke. And I feel sorry for any woman that gets with him after me, because he'll be the perfect boyfriend for a little while. But once he gets her hooked, his true colors are going to show. And she's going to figure out how mean, uncaring, unempathetic this man really is. This man loves to lecture women. This man loves to control women. It has to be his way or no way. Nobody overrules him. Nobody can question him. And he's never wrong. The kids are wrong. His woman is wrong. His woman will take the brunt of it, though. And that's okay, as long as he leaves the kids alone. It just makes no sense. Really doesn't. I just don't get it. But he's going to get his divorce. That he will. We go to court next month. He has an attorney and whatnot. And he's going to be pretty upset when we go to court when he finds out what the consequences of his actions are for filing for divorce for no reason and hurting me as bad as he did. I'm all cried out. I have no more tears for this man. And I just, while I don't understand it, I'm okay with it now. You know, People don't realize what they do to other people. Words hurt, actions hurt. But seriously, y'all, just treat people how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with respect, love, dignity, and empathy, show that to other people. Because what you do and how you say things really do affect people. And people wonder why suicide rates are so high. If I wasn't as strong as I was, I would have killed myself a long time ago because I'm tired of being hurt. I'm tired of loving people who don't know how to truly love me the correct way. And that's why I am truly done with love. I love people as a friend, but as far as relationships go, I can't do it anymore. It's not worth it. Not to me. I gave this man my whole heart. I gave him my all. I was submissive. I did everything he wanted of me and then some. I took care of him, took care of the kids, even when I was being disrespected and talked back to, and he was telling me it was my fault they were doing it, and it really wasn't their fault. But I stuck by him and loved him anyway. And I love these kids to death. There's nothing I wouldn't do for these kids, and there's nothing I wouldn't have done for him. I would have walked through fire for him. I would have killed for him. I would have died for him. Now, I wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. I wouldn't save him if he was in danger. I honestly would walk away. And that's sad because that's not the type of person I am. And it surely wasn't the type of person I was. I was always that loving person that took a lot from people and loved them anyway. I'm the type of person that has been done so wrong through the years, but I still pray for and help out the people who've done me wrong. And I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate him. I'm disappointed in him. And I truly, truly hope he gets the karma he deserves. Times 10. I really do. He hurt me for no reason. And then dogged me afterwards. And then he's lying to everybody who will listen and tell him, I've done so many bad things to him when I haven't. I, honest to God, haven't. He's done those things to me. If there's something I had done wrong and he brought it to my attention, I changed it. Just like anybody else would. But he could do the exact same things to me or do the exact same things. And he would always tell me he's a grown man. He's not changing for anybody. He don't care who they are. He is who he is. And He commands and demands respect, and he's going to get it. All right, that's cool. You can do things, but if I do them, it's not okay. Okay, gotcha. But I'm learning valuable lessons from this. So, you know, I'm going to be okay. I just hope I'm able to see his karma. I really do. I want to be right there when everything he's done to me comes back on him tenfold. I really, really do. Well, I have to go. Kids are about to be up and moving around.